waging war on corruption, crashing to the lies and disinformation. You see, if Obama can come out and say that you didn't build your business or that your healthcare prices went down when they actually went up, and then no one challenges them, the lie then takes hold and sets the precedent of fraud. But if you crash through the lies and disinformation, if you scream at them, shut up, criminal liars, repeal your filth now, the debate's over. They're not up there in their suits with their fake moral authority lecturing us like we're peons down below the castle while they basically urinate on us from on high. Excuse my French, but that's what's going on here. It's like the scene in Monty Python with a Frencher, throwing garbage over the top at King Arthur. That's what it comes down to, and we need to let them know, hey, what you're doing's wrong, we're aware of it, and we see you. They want to create an artificial reality that we then just buy into, and that we don't have any facts, we just go along with what's trendy and what Charlie Rose says. Oh, look, all these women are paralyzed with neurological disorders. Gee, let's raise money for them. Let's not ask why ALS and Lou Gehrig's and all this stuff that was incredibly rare is off the chart. Hey, Cupcake, did you take a vaccine the day you got paralyzed like this? All we know is suddenly women have autoimmune disorders in their brains, and all of a sudden they have inflammation. Gee, don't tell them about all the treatments to try to bring down the inflammation. Just let them die. But don't worry, they're going to keep us safe while the border's wide open. 10-year-old suspended for pointing imaginary ray gun. That's up on Infowars.com. We have the powerful video of the Hillary Clinton talking nutcracker, as it tells all. It's real quotes. You got to see the talking nutcracker, invented by Infowars.com. I'm not kidding. We're not selling it, but it really is a talking nutcracker. Continuing, you got to see it. We just sent it out on Twitter, Real Alex Jones. Paul Watson's article's up on DrudgeReport.com. The reason I raise this is it's only Drudge that linked to our article when the Forbes writer came out and said, I was at the press conference, and the media and AP and everybody agreed that if we think there's Ebola, the government's asked us not to scare the public. And the police have said that. The firefighters have said that. We've interviewed doctors by name who say that this is going on. And they don't even come out and say we're fearmongers now. They just ignore us. That story's up there. Joining us is Doug Hagmann and his son Joe Hagmann that co-host Hagmann and Hagmann, Hagmann.com. They head up HomelandSecurityUS.com. And I used to hear them, on Coast to Coast like 10 years ago and think, well, these guys are pretty good, but a lot of this stuff's unbelievable. And then so much of it came true, then they gave us a lot of intel over the years. It turned out to be very accurate, and they have a lot of good, he trains police all over the country and has a lot of sources. We'll just leave it at that. Douglas J. Hagmann's the founder and director of the Northeast Intelligence Network and CEO of multi-state licensed private investigative agency, serving many Fortune 500 clients. He's a member of the International Counterterrorism Officers Association, possesses many law enforcement-related titles, certificates, in addition to being used as an operational asset by the U.S. Department of Justice and the FBI. During his career, Hagmann has developed numerous federal enforcement contacts. We'll get into that with him. He's the author of Tactical Surveillance, and he joins us with his son that co-hosts the show with him. Okay, I just wanted to get you on, not even on a particular subject, just to hear what your latest and most important info is, what you're really getting on Ebola. Because, look, I just know doctors that have come on record saying people look like they have it, they're being disappeared. Whether it's Ebola or not, why are they being disappeared? More and more, now this woman dies bleeding in New York, they're covering it up. So I want to ask you about Ebola, because I hope it's blown over, but I don't think that's what's happening. And then what you think's big in 2015. I want to ask both Hagmanns this here today. So go ahead, guys.
Alex, thanks for having us on. Hopefully it doesn't appear presumptuous that both of us are on, but...
I love having you both on. Go ahead.
Yeah, my son has done a lot of research on this. Let's just take Ebola for the first issue. Ebola that we're seeing here in the United States, based on our information, our intelligence, our research, our contact with people within the community, within the healthcare community, as well as DHS, this is not the Ebola Zaire. This is not the main hemorrhagic fever. This is a mutation of that. And we can see it based on the symptoms of the people that are getting the Ebola. Steve Quayle, I talked to him. You've interviewed him. The issue is, where's the blood, for example, it being a hemorrhagic fever. It's interesting because the semantics speak a lot. They now have called this Ebola EVD, I believe it is, Ebola viral disease or something to that effect. The bottom line here with this is what we're seeing is a run-up to, we believe, and this is where he comes in, we believe we're seeing a run-up to a full-blown Ebola epidemic, pandemic, and we could be wrong, but based on our sources, sometime in early 2015.
So it's just like Obama hid it in plain view when he said this is a test run for a worse viral strain.
That's correct. You know, it's interesting. They're telling us what they're doing, but people aren't listening. And the mainstream media is not telling anybody of anything. But what we see happening, and Joe's done a lot of on-the-ground research out of town and in town about this, what we're seeing here is really the run-up toward the big 2015. Well, it's not really going to be a pandemic, but it's going to be enough to cause medical martial law, geographically specific medical martial law. We saw a woman drop dead in Brooklyn while she was getting her hair done. They said it was a heart attack. She's bleeding out of different orifices. Okay, fine. It's possible.
And she just come out of Africa and was on the watch list.
Exactly.
And
let's get Joe's take on this, and then I want to move into other subjects with you guys. I want to cover the waterfront and take phone calls today on what you see as the big crises, but also positive things in 2015, what you see coming in the next year. But Joe, you've been focusing a lot in on the Ebola. From your research, is it an Ebola simulant like a lot of people think, including CIA people we've interviewed on air? And then if it is a simulant, why cover up people that then have the symptoms? Why disappear them? Is it a test at disappearing people? Is it a test at controlling the media?
I would say all of the above. And one of the best quotes I've heard and found so far is that the disease is in the vaccine. And initial reports from Liberia, if you remember, they were talking about the citizens in Liberia were saying how Ebola was a hoax and the vaccine was really the problem. Now, I don't know if this is Ebola or some mutation of it, but this is definitely in advance in preparation for their new federal healthcare architecture system of governance that they're going to be implementing. And this is part of the Federal Register. They have dates for compliance from 2015 through 2018 and they're going to do pilot programs, or they can do it through a declaration of an emergency. And either way, it's going to be coming. And what they're doing also is implementing part of the economy. The new economy will be also under this healthcare architecture.
That's right.
Excellent point. Keep elaborating, Joe or Doug.
I got to tell you, Joe has over 8,000 pages printed out, and we're going through every page. The groundwork, the architecture for this medical martial law that really combines the medical surveillance medical
surveillance through medical devices
right.
That will be mandatory. They're setting up an international universal healthcare system under the United Nations, and it's public. The United States has signed on to it. Even the president.
Incredible.
One of his first executive orders Barack Obama put out was 13.521, establishing a commission for the study of bioethical issues, in which it states that it may examine broader issues not linked to specific technologies, but not limited to the protection of human research participants, scientific integrity, and conflicts of interest in research, and the intersection of science and human rights. Now, what would cause a problem between the intersection of science and human rights, aside from some kind of
pandemic
or device? Correct.
And by the way, when you guys are saying this, it's completely spot on and really puts the pieces together. They're using AFRICOM to go in with a cover to set up bases in Africa. The troops are doing valiant work and helping people. They're compartmentalized, but still the larger system is they're the PR front that goes in. We predicted this back when Obama first got in. He's kind of the poster person to allow that invasion of Africa, obviously with the skin color and the African roots. And then you look at the medical tyranny of Obamacare, taking over society, the systems, the control, and then they basically tell us it's a trial run. Why do you think they flaunt it like Gruber, a new video out making fun of the American people? Now it's 9 videos calling us idiots, calling us stupid, ha, 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 he ripped us off. Why do they love to gloat?
Well, Alex, you've said this so much on your program. You know, they tell us what they're going to do, and then they laugh about it when they do it right in front of our faces. And Joe and I were talking about this, and then he did a lot of research on Gruber and the whole basis for this. What this is spiking the football, if you will, in the end zone, at least on the part of the Obama regime with respect to Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act.
And they're coming to a point where a lot of their information and publications they put out are coded with references in English language, but it's hard to understand because they have their own language they use. And right. Now they're starting to release in plain English what they're going to do, and the documents are finally coming together where they're giving you the definitions, their definitions of, for example, they say a human subject will be used as a scientific research participant on a voluntary basis. But it goes on to say voluntary it's not as it sounds. Voluntary means compliance or consent to be used as a participant, but you have to be, there's under USC 42 that says if you are mentally disabled, and the term of disability means if you cannot do things, and I'll read right from the law, if you cannot care for yourself for manual tasks, seeing, hearing, eating, sleeping, walking, standing, lifting, bending, speaking, breathing, learning, reading, concentrating, thinking, communicating, or working, it's classified as...
Sure. Stay there, guys. I want to come back and look at this more. This is very important. Calls are coming up. Other issues we're going to look at with you as well. But as soon as Bill and Melinda Gates and all these big companies started investing in this a year ago, and all these vaccines were getting ready, I just said, get ready for Ebola, because they got their vaccines rolling out. I mean, it's pretty obvious.
Silver has always been nature's very own antibiotic, and only one system allows you to generate an endless supply of natural silver solutions. Silverlungs.com. You'll find no wild claims or pseudoscience, just a lifetime of nano-sized pure silver solutions. The Silver Lungs generator allows you to make your own, so stop paying for silver solutions. The unique lung delivery system targets respiratory infections where other silver solutions simply cannot reach. See the Silver Lungs generator and lung delivery system at silverlungs.com. That's silverlungs.com.
Newsflash. Home invasions are on the rise. It takes less than 10 seconds to kick in a door. 10 seconds is not enough time to protect your family. And what would happen if you're not home? Easy Armor is the ultimate security solution. 85% of break-ins are through a door. Protect your home now with Easy Armor. Go to invasionstopper.com to get real security for under $70. That's invasionstopper.com. Easy Armor. Your security is our only business.
What good is a Big Berkey water filter?
We get that question a lot here at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. And in a word, the answer is protection. Protection from water main breaks, E. coli contamination, environmental chemical spills, pesticide runoff, chlorine taste and smell, and all forms of fluoride. Plus, Big Berkey water filters are the original gravity water filter system and most trusted on the market for a reason. Tested by multiple independent NSF EPA certified labs, they are the gold standard in water purification. At only 1.7 cents a gallon, a single set of filters can last for 5 to 10 years. That means big savings. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get a Big Berkey today at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. GCN listeners receive 5% off all ceramic filter systems. Visit our website or call 1-877-99-BERKEY. That's 877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
This hour brought to you by InfidelBodyArmor.com. When it hits the fan, don't be left without the body armor that will save your life. With prices starting at just $374.99 and ships free. Get yours at InfidelBodyArmor.com. Just won't quit.
Hi, Ted Anderson with Midas Resources. Is it time to convert paper 401ks and IRAs to solid gold and silver yet? Get our 10 Reasons book free. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
Do you have relatives and friends that are convinced there is no need ever to prepare for any kind of emergency? Are these also folks you buy Christmas presents for? At 30dayfoodsupply.com, we can solve both of these problems at the same time. Go to 30dayfoodsupply.com or call 541-229-0010. We can ship your Christmas presents directly to them. Choose from our original $99 30-day food supply, our long-term storage vegan burger mixes, and other oatmeal, soups, porridges, beans, and granolas for everyday use. All